Police are on the hunt for 3 suspects involved in the shooting of a German tourist yesterday. 4 tourists were stopped by armed suspects in White River in Mpumalanga. The driver was shot at point-blank range while attempting to lock the car after the attackers demanded that they should open the doors. The Minister of Tourism, Lindiwe Sisulu, has condemned the killing. Let's get some reaction now from Germany's ambassador to South Africa, Andreas Peschke. Mr. Peschke, good afternoon. Welcome to Today. Thank you very much for your time here this afternoon. Not such a good topic. It's a tragic story of the shooting and killing of one of your citizens on our shores. When did you get the news and what was your initial thought when you heard about this death?
Well, thank you very much and good afternoon. And thank you for talking to us on this tragic incident. Of course, we are very saddened and also shocked by what seems to have happened. In this case, we got the first information sometime last night and have been working on the case ever since. We have been in touch with the South African national and regional authorities to see what can be done. As there are other German nationals involved in the case, we also try to offer consular assistance so that all the questions and all the things that need to be done and need to be clarified right now can be sorted out in a proper way. But of course, what has happened is very tragic, and we are deeply saddened by what has happened.
There were 4 tourists in total. 1 was killed. The other 3 have survived. Can you tell us, do you know their condition?
Well, I'm sorry, I'm not in a position to give you further details about what has happened and about the current state of our other nationals. Our prime concern is, of course, to try to support them to come to terms with the consequences of the incident and to manage all the consular follow-up. So that's what we are doing. We wouldn't share publicly what they feel, where they are now, unless they want to do it themselves. But it's not upon us. We are here to help and support. And of course, we are also in touch with the South African authorities and follow quite closely the reaction by the South African side. So we noticed, of course, the strong statements by the Minister of Tourism, by the Tourism Board, by other state institutions, and also the commitment by the South African authorities to really follow up on the incident and make sure that tourists will be safe and that tourism can happen in a safe context.
Okay, the police in Nelspruit have issued a statement saying they're investigating a murder case. They've launched a manhunt for the 3 suspects. Are you being updated as well as the ambassador about the progress of the investigation?
Well, my team and myself, we are, as I've said, we are in touch with the authorities and we are being updated, of course. And I think that is also part of the consular work we are doing and of the consular contacts we have with the government of South Africa. So no, there's no issue. I think the cooperation with the institutions, authorities is going well. We feel supported on this one, and I think we also try to manage the fallout of this really tragic incident jointly.
Yeah, the fallout will have an impact, I guess, on tourism. I cannot even begin to imagine the kind of headlines that have accompanied the reporting on this shooting and killing of a German tourist in Germany.
Well, to be honest with you, we are of course also following the headlines in Germany. We are in touch with our press section at the ministry at home. And as we are speaking, it made headline news in one of the big news portals in Germany, where the incident was also reported. It comes at a very unfortunate time, I would say, as everybody has been working very hard to revive tourism after 2 hard years of the pandemic. I think the tourism sector in South Africa is a very strong sector, and Germany is in fact the 3rd largest market for the South African tourism sector. So, there's a big interest in Germany to use the coming season, the coming summer season here in South Africa to come and visit. There have been a lot of bookings. In fact, bookings have been picking up for the first time really after the pandemic. And so it comes at a very unfortunate time. And the interest in Germany is quite big. That's why I would say it's quite really important that by the side of these security institutions in South Africa, by the police, by the government, there's a strict follow-up to what has happened, so that to make sure that tourists who come can feel safe when and if they come.
Yeah, and it's really unfortunate, as you say, the timing of this as we head towards the summer season. What kind of message would you be using going forward to encourage the German tourists not to stop coming to South Africa because of this incident that has just happened yesterday, this shocking attack that happened in White River in Mpumalanga yesterday?
Well, what we have to do in terms of our duty as an embassy and as a consular section is we have to update our security advices, people have been aware of security risks wherever you go. But also, if you go to South Africa, there are certain places you need to be very careful. I think there are certain security risks you need to be aware of. So that's what we have been doing, informing about these things. Of course, we have to inform about what has happened in Mpumalanga. But we would like, while we are informing, we would also like to be able to spread the message that, also in this difficult situation, South Africa, the government of South Africa and Germany and the government of Germany and the embassy, we are working as one. We are trying to sort out what has happened. We are South Africa is trying to bring the perpetrators to justice. Is trying to draw the right lessons from this incident and take measures to ensure the safety of tourism. I think that is the message that should be spread. So that is why what has been done by the government so far, I think were really steps in the right direction. And we are really bound to cooperate with the tourism institutions, with the tourism associations, with the government of South Africa, to do whatever is possible to ensure that there are good conditions for a successful tourism season.
I guess a stronger message that would assist you in what you've just expressed would be the arrest of the 3 suspects that the police are saying they're looking for in Mpumalanga over the next few days going ahead. You must be encouraged, though, by Minister Lindiwe Sisulu's response or reaction to say she's going to be talking to her colleagues in cabinet who are responsible for law enforcement and the security cluster to make sure that tourists from wherever they come to our shores, like your fellow countrymen and women, feel safe.
Yes, indeed. I think that is a very good message, to treat this tragic incidents with such a high profile and so much attention is, I think, the right way to move forward. We are all aware that the sector is crucial to the economy of South Africa, and there's an interest on the part of visitors to come. I can speak for my country. The interest is very high to use the coming tourism season, really also to visit. So I think the more focus is being directed towards clarifying the incident, towards capturing the perpetrators and bringing them to justice, and towards working on secure and safe framework conditions for tourism, I think the better. I mean, that's what we would encourage, and that's where we are also ready to cooperate in every way we can with the South African authorities.
Okay, I know you said, as we conclude, Ambassador, that you cannot give us any details about the other German tourists, the other three, where they are, how are they feeling. We respect that. But are you able at least to shed a light on the German tourist who was killed, your fellow countryman who was killed? Are you able to give us a sense of, if they occupied any position in society, or they were just ordinary people coming to enjoy our beautiful Kruger National Park?
I think what I can say is that I think it was a person eager to visit the Kruger National Park, probably looking forward to the beauties of nature in and around the national park, it's not. If you speak about South Africa, if you speak about Cape Town, if you speak about the Garden Route, if you speak about whale watching, if you speak about Kruger National Park, if you speak about the warm hospitality of South African people, the richness of its culture, there's no need to make further advertisement for South Africa. Germans really are very interested in visiting this country, like other international visitors as well. So I think this guy, this person, was one of this large crowd. And as one of such, of course, and given all the interest with the upcoming holiday season, after we had a break of almost 2 years in traveling, in the possibility to travel here, I think, of course, it is high profile now in Germany. People are watching closely, the important thing for us as officials now is really to deal in a proper way with the consequences and the fallout.
Okay.
Otherwise, people might watch and say, "Aha." Maybe the German government or the South African government could do more. I think we have to show to our people how serious we take this incident and how hard we work together to make sure that whoever comes to visit will be able to visit in a safe environment. I think this is the crucial question of the moment now.
Ambassador, thank you very much for your time this afternoon here today on eNCA under these tragic circumstances. That's Ambassador Andreas Peschke. He's Germany's ambassador to South Africa.